I feel like I know you because I'm a Twitter friend.
Yeah, definitely.
How are you?
I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah. So
Good.
I got a lot of Lucifer questions.
I'm as excited as you are, by the way.
So I'm really excited.
Oh, you're so sweet, huh? Let me I didn't even have time to set this up. Okay, here we go. I think this is better.
Okay.
Yay!
Alright, so I got a lot of Lucifer questions.
Oh, do. Okay. Alright, hit me.
So how did you end up getting the role for Lucifer?
Well, I went for an audition, and then it was a straight offer after that. It was when I read the role, I loved it. I loved her. I thought she was funny. I thought it was so cool to see a woman in the sciences who was kind of geeky but also funny and not self-conscious and not defined by romantic relationship. So I fell in love with her instantly on the page. Joe Henderson and Ildy, are showrunners, and I wanted in. And then thankfully they were like, there was no one else. We just wanted you. As soon as we saw your tape. What I love about Lucifer is that it's very collaborative. So they show audition tapes to the entire writing staff. Mm-hmm. So all 10 writers watched the audition and they were like, that's the girl. And so it was one of those things where I fell in love with them. Apparently it was mutual, and next thing I knew, I was on set with the greatest cast in the world.
Yeah. So the writers loved you. He said they are such great writers. They've done such great, incredible things for the show, especially during the season 2 finale. I just lost the question. What was it?
It's all good.
So what was it really that attracted you to this role? I mean, what did they love most about your personality to play the character?
That's a good question. I think it was her sense of humor. I think Ella has a goofiness to her, and hold on, and she's I think has a very strong sense of self, and she's all gut instincts. She doesn't overthink things, even though she's really smart. I don't think she cares like what people think about her. I think she's so well intentioned, and I think it was hopefully my sense of humor is what I think that they were like, wow, she can make something funny, she can deliver a joke, she has good comedic timing. So I can't speak for them, but I think from what I've heard back from them, they said my comedic timing and sense of humor was what they loved most, I guess, about my personality, and I think also my ability to just, I guess, go for it. Like in the audition, I remember doing something. It was like a scene with Chloe, and I was like, oh, good, or something, and I just went for it and was a total nerd. And they were like, "That's our nerd. She's Ella." So I would guess that.
Yeah. So what is it about the fans that love the character? What is it about Ella that makes the fans love the character?
That's a great question. I mean, I think that only the fans can answer that, but as a fan myself of shows and the comic book genre, I really loved Buffy the Vampire because she was really funny, right? So like before she would kill a vampire, she'd be like, "Oh God, terrible breath," and then kill a vampire with a steak knife, right? So I really appreciate Spider-Man because he was funny and like didn't really have it all figured out. So what I hope the fans love about Ella is that she's not perfect, and she's goofy, and she's silly, and she doesn't know when to stop talking, and sometimes she talks too much, but it's only because her brain is faster than her mouth.
Yeah.
And she hugs a lot, and she doesn't play it cool. That's what I think. That's what I hope fans love about her, is that she's not, she's not 5'9", and she doesn't have like ginormous boobs, and she's not like super cool, and she's not like super sexy. She's just Ella,
Yeah.
And she's just her. And what I hope fans love about her is that you are enough.
Mm-hmm.
And there's only one you. Like, there's only one you. And I think you're lovely, and I love your spirit, and I think you make the world a better place because you were born. Honestly, like, I love your tweets. I love what you represent. I love that you're all heart, and I'm getting a little emotional, but it's like, I hope that people recognize that Ella is all heart, and she doesn't see Lucifer as, like, this big tough guy. She doesn't even see him as, I think, this big, like, attractive guy. She just sees him as this guy who, like, needs a hug and doesn't have it figured out. Yeah. And I think that's what I love about Ella, and I hope that's what fans love about her, that she's like what we all should be, I think, which is, like, okay with not being the coolest person in the room and just being goofy and also expressing love and not worried about, if I express this love, right? If I express this hug, if I express this affection, am I going to be uncool? She's like, you know what? I think you're cool. I love you. I want to hug you right now. And she does. And so that's what I hope the fans love about Ella.
I love that answer. So I can relate to Ella in so many ways in what you just said about her.
Well, what do you love about her? I'd be curious.
I love her personality, her sense of humor, and the way that she expresses things to other characters, like her love. I can just relate to her quirky self. So that's what I relate to that.
So you feel like you relate to her, and
100%, because I'm like that every day.
Yeah, well, I mean, me too. Like, I probably say more than I should, but it makes me so happy that, like, you relate to her, because I think you have such a lovely spirit, and that makes my day. Like, what's the point of creating a character if no one can relate to her?
Yeah. My grandpa's gonna love this answer, because he loved this show too as much as I do. I probably love it more than him, but he's probably gonna be really happy to hear this.
Oh, good. Well, tell your grandpa thank you. We could always use, an extra viewer, an extra fan.
Yeah. He was really excited when I told him that I was talking to you.
Oh, well, tell him that I was excited when you told me I was talking to you, too.
Alrighty, I will. After shooting scenes, as much as every scene you can expect to see on Lucifer, what is the vibe like on set?
Very collaborative. It's very professional, but it's also very fun. So I think we take the craft and the work very seriously, but we don't take ourselves seriously. And I think that really comes through the camera. So, Tom is our leader. He is there more than anyone else. He's in more scenes than anyone else. He never complains. He's always down to have a good time. Yeah. As you probably know by now, he's down for tap dancing with me in between takes, despite him probably being exhausted after a 17-hour day. He will go outside. He will dance with me. He will play with me. I come in, like with fresh legs. And he just is always down. Lauren is a major goofball, major prankster. So is Kevin. Leslie Ann and Rachel are like so fun, and Trisha is just gorgeous and talented and beautiful, and it's just honestly like we all complement each other. Even DB, I tell DB that when he smiles, he lights up the world. Oh. And I always try to like go in and tickle him and hug him, and then that smile comes up, and it's just like this beam of light. So I really have to, and Scarlett, I haven't had the pleasure of having any scenes with her, but she is so talented beyond her years that, just because she's under the age of 10, don't underestimate that she is not a huge talent, and she's like the real deal. So, honestly, it's such a joy to go to work, even if I have to wake up at 4 a.m, to be on set at 5. I'm giddy inside because I know that I'm going to be hanging out with my friends, and I'm the new girl. So, so I could have been, walking into like a very cliquey environment. But I have to tell you, especially, the girls, the guys, but Leslie Ann, Rachel, Lauren, they were so welcoming to Trisha and I that it was like girl power all the way, and everyone's so cute on the show. I mean, everyone is so darn good looking. I'm like, I told Kevin the other day, I was like, Kevin, I feel like I'm the relatable one on the show. Like, everyone on the show is super hot. They have incredible bodies. And he's like, he looked at me very seriously. He's like, how tight are your jeans right now? And I'm like, they're pretty tight. And he's like, you're a hot girl on the show too, Aimee. And I'm like, I think more the relatable one. But everyone is so lovely on the inside. Like really respectful of like people and animals and the environment. It really is a dream come true cast. So it's a blast.
I'm so glad. And as being a new girl myself, I just moved to a new school this year, so I can totally relate with how you can be on a set with people who have been on it for quite a while, a year already, and you being new. I can totally relate to how that would be.
Yeah, it's not easy being the new girl, so it makes all the difference in the world when someone's like, hey, come sit at our table, or come, come hang out with us. So yeah, it's been great.
And what is it about being on Lucifer that most people would not expect?
I don't think that they expect to laugh and cry in the same scene. I think it's a show about the devil. Everybody knows who the devil is. Everyone knows that the devil is maybe evil, or they have their preconceived notions of what it means to be the devil. But I don't think people expect to laugh out loud on our show, especially because it's named Lucifer. And I don't think people expect to have their heart broken because it's such a fun show, right? So you're like, oh, I'll just like veg out and eat my dinner and like watch the show, and then all of a sudden you're like laughing out loud. You're like really upset, because like Chloe and Lucifer aren't together. You're really upset because Lucifer lost his wings, and all of a sudden you become emotionally invested in this show that you just thought you would watch because you would want it to kind of just have a fun time. So that's, I think, what the show does best is you think you're in for just a fun ride, and next thing you know, we making you cry and we breaking your hearts.
Oh, wow. I just need a minute here. Like I'm watching Lucifer right here with you. I'm literally watching Ella right now.
Yeah, I think I am a lot. People ask me all the time, they're like, so, are you like Ella? And I'm like, I think I am in a lot of ways. I mean, she's much smarter than I am, for sure. But yeah, I'm definitely goof troop, which I think she is.
Yeah. And, well, I think Ella and Lucifer are so cute together, I have to say this, and I kind of gushed watching yours and Tom's scenes together, and especially in the episode 8 of this past season, where your character hugged Lucifer, and then he awkwardly hugs back, and Chloe comes in, and thinks something's going on between them, but sadly it isn't. Would you like to see Lucifer and Ella together?
Oh, wow. I actually, like, what I love about them is that they almost have this brother and sister relationship where, like, they know each other really well, they play really well together, and I don't know, like, I love Dexter. Like, I really love them together in my, like, I just think it works, it fits, and I don't really want to see Ella and Lucifer together, to be honest. I mean, there is a really fun episode coming up that you are gonna love, that I hope you love, where, I don't know how much to give away here, where Ella and Lucifer go on a little adventure. That's all I'll say. No, in season 3.
Oh, okay. That's an earlier spoiler.
Here, girl. But there's a really fun episode where that involves, all I'll say is 3 words: Lucifer, Ella, Vegas.
Oh, now I can't wait to see that.
So, so those 3 things come together in a very fun episode, and I think you'll see that relationship blossom, right? So what I love about the relationship between Ella and Lucifer is that it's so fun and it's so playful and it's so non full of baggage. Like everyone else with him, Chloe, they're I think they're in love with each other, and I think they're meant for each other, and I think they're soulmates, and I think they're like made from the same star. I believe that there's something really magical between them, and like Maze and Lucifer have like millennia of baggage. You know what I mean? And then like he's slept with almost every girl on the show, and what I love about Ella is that it's not weird. She gets all up in his space. She pats him on the back. She tells him she's kind of bummed he's an actor, but like excited if he finally gets a gig. I like that there's a very unique friendship there where it's not so heavy. It's not like him and his brother, there's so much damage there. It's like, imagine, him and his mom, there's so much mistrust there. So what I like about him, and then Kevin, with like detective douche and Lucifer, like talk about like tension. So what I love about Ellen and Lucifer is that there's no tension. It's total playful. There's no baggage, and there's honestly no sex, which I really think is such a unique thing for the devil. He doesn't, obviously he would probably sleep with her because he'd sleep with anyone, but what I love about him is that he's intrigued by her. He's like, fascinating.
Everything used to be about sex for him before he met the detective.
Yeah, exactly. So I just feel like I love to see them together on like an adventure, like we'll see in Vegas, and I love them in the yoga massacre scene, which is like so funny, and I love them like coming up with like different ways of saying like burn crotch, and I love when they dance together, which you might see later on, but like I don't know if I want them romantically, involved, because I feel like it would take the fun out of it. You know how it is, like when you like a guy or a girl, right? Like before you like them, you're just like whatever, you're hanging, and then once you have a crush on them, you start getting all weird. You're like, oh God, like did I sound weird, or did I say the wrong thing? And what I love about Ella around Lucifer, she don't care. She's just like, what up? And she's just like in there, and like she just would jump on his back if she had to, but it wouldn't be weird. Like I love that it's not weird for her, and I love that even though Lucifer or Tom is like so attractive, she's like, whatever. You know what I mean? And I feel like she's kind of almost like immune to his charms in a way. So
he really is attractive.
What's that?
He really is attractive, Tom.
Yeah, he's all right, I guess. No, he is. He's very, and you know what's so funny? He's just as attractive in real life. Like he's so nice of a guy that sometimes like really attractive guys are kind of jerks, but he's so attractive and so loving of a human being that it just makes it totally unfair. You're just like, but you know what? I gotta go to work with him, so a girl's gotta do what a girl's gotta do.
Well, yeah. I hope he sees this part of our interview if he ever sees this, so that was pretty funny.
Maybe I'll send him a little clip. He knows, though. He knows we all adore him.
That would
be
awesome. I've been trying to reach out to him for an interview too, so.
Oh, really? Okay. All right. We'll see.
Okay, maybe even everyone on the show I've been trying to get in touch with. You're the first one.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, I'm very interactive with you guys because I know what it's like to be on the other side, and we wouldn't be here without you guys. You know what I mean? So to me, it's a total. We're all part of the same family. So I'm happy to be here.
I'm happy too. And let's talk about the season finale for just happened, like last week. What was your take on that very last scene where Lucifer gets his wings and was kidnapped?
Well, my first take was who hit him on the head, and I tried to get the writers really drunk so that they would tell me. They did not. I was shocked, and I was elated. Like I was really, really happy. I think we all love. It's like when we see, Wonder Woman. Like, I don't know if you went to see it. Like, some of my favorite parts of that was when she was just kicking butt, and she was taking on like 6 guys on her own and using her shield and using her cuffs and using her sword and I feel like we all have a little bit of that with Lucifer, where we want to see him be this angel, because that's what he is. He's an angel, so we want to see him in his top form. Yeah. We want to see him fly. We want to see him, in all his majesty. And part of that is with his wings. So I'm really happy. Like, I'm so excited to see what season 3 has to offer. I guess, our showrunner hinted that it has to do with him dealing with his identity of, is he the devil? Is he becoming human? Is he, what is he? Is he, a lover? Is he a friend? Is he a son? Is he a devil? Is he an angel? Which I think we can all relate to, right? We're so many things to so many people. So I'm excited. It took my breath away. Yeah. It was an image that I feel felt right to me. I like seeing Lucifer with his wings. I like seeing Lucifer strong. I like seeing Lucifer as a celestial being. Yeah. And that's what he is. He's a celestial being, and he's an angel. So I felt the same way that when I saw like Wonder Woman in her full on getup. Yeah. I'm like, yes, that's what I want to see. So I'm excited, and but I'm also pissed because I'm like, who hit him over the head? And I have no idea.
Yeah, that's quite the cliffhanger for me there.
Who do you think? It is?
Maybe one of his siblings. I have no idea.
Interesting. We will come back to this when we finally know. But yeah. I feel like you're smart and you kind of see things. So yeah. And then I honestly have no idea.
Yeah, he just has this grudge against his father, so he may be turning human, or maybe God saw something and sent someone after him or something. That would be my guess.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we'll see. I honestly don't know.
What do you hope to see for the next season?
Well, I hope to see, obviously more Lucifer and Chloe, because I think their chemistry is awesome. I love watching them together. And what else do I like? I would love to see Lucifer kind of come to grips with his daddy issues.
Yeah.
Would be nice. I would love to see, every character. Like, I think every character, like, obviously Maze is becoming, I think, much more aware of human behavior. And even though she doesn't have a soul, she seems to kind of have this moral barometer inside her, which I think is really cool. Yeah. Which goes to show you, like kindness can be learned. You know what I mean? Like, she may not know, like, how to not be rude or things like that, but she knows what's right and what's wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which I think is really cool, especially coming from a perspective of a demon. Yeah. I'd like to know what happens with Trisha's body. Like, what, now that the goddess has apparently gone to another dimension, exactly. What happens to her in this form of being a lawyer, because she doesn't even know who Lucifer is. She doesn't recognize, Detective Dan. Yeah. So I'd like to kind of see more of that. Yeah. And then, personally for me, I would love to learn more about Ella. I think that she has such an amazing, things that have been planted. She's from Detroit. She has 4 brothers. She grew up Catholic. She sees a therapist. She's got these dark voices in her head. She speaks Klingon. She speaks Spanish. She speaks French. She used to steal cars. She has a grandma who taught her how to steal cars. She used to drive them fast. Like she won the Rubik's Cube, championship when she was in high school.
Yeah.
She used to like do jigsaw puzzles, pictures side down. I mean, she's like the most interesting character I think I've ever played. So I'd love to learn more about if she does these dark thoughts that she has, and I'd love to meet her grandma. Would be great. I'd love to meet her brothers. So we'll see. And I'd like to learn more about her as a woman of faith working with the devil, which I think is really interesting, right? And I love that she doesn't even think that the devil's all that bad. She's like, well, the devil gets a bad rap. So I'd love to learn more about that, like what a woman of faith thinks about the devil, not knowing that she's with the devil.
Yeah.
That's really fun.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool. If you were to cast any members of Ella's family, like if you were to cast her brothers or her grandmother, who would you cast?
Of my family?
Yeah.
Of Ella's family? Well, I can tell you that I don't know if you watched Lost back in the day.
Lost?
But Lost, yeah.
I saw a couple episodes on Netflix before they took it off.
Yeah, so an actor, Aimee Garcia, who was on Lost, is actually a friend of mine, and he's like, I would love to be your brother. So that would be fun. I would love to see him, as my brother. Who would play my mom? That's a really good question. Well, she'd have to be a badass because she knows how to pick locks and dealt with 5 siblings, I guess, or 5 kids. God, that's a really good question. I don't know who I think probably one of the women on Orange is the New Black or something. I'd love to just have a total badass of a grandma. But I don't know. That's a good question. I'd have to think about it. I don't know. That's a good question. I'll get back to you on that.
Okay. Well, do you have time for a few more questions?
Sure. Yeah, I have. Oh, I do. I have maybe I could take maybe one more question. They call.
Okay, I got one more that I can tell you about. Are you currently working on any new projects before Lucifer season 3?
I am. I just finished a couple movies. One is called What They Had with Michael Shannon and Hilary Swank and Thaisa Farmiga, and then I just finished a movie on Sunday with Alfred Molina and Common and Michelle Monaghan, who I love. And then I might be doing 2 more movies, but we haven't closed the deal.
Okay.
But one would be really cool, and it would be in the superhero genre. So that would be really
pretty
fun.
exciting.
Yeah, it would be really fun. So it's like a vigilante superhero movie, and yeah, we're really, really, really close. And as long as we can work out dates and stuff, I will be doing that as well. So yeah, a couple of movies.
I'm pretty excited then.
Yay! Well, thank you. You were so sweet. I love your shirt.
Thank you.
And keep doing, keep spreading your spirit and your love and your joy in the world. We definitely need that more now than ever.
Oh, thank you.
And thank you for being such a supporter of the show.
You're welcome. I'm so excited to be part of the fandom as well.
Well, thank you. Tell your grandpa hi.
I will. And I'll send you the link when it's ready.
Skype.
What?
I said it's good to meet you over Skype.
Oh, it's good to meet you too. I'll send you the link to the video when it's uploaded.
Okay, yeah, please do.
I will.
All right, thank you. Have a great day.
You too. Bye.
Bye.